Hello everyone, it is Doc Hitchcock, and today we're going to be solving this puzzle that looks like a pinball machine by MW Puzzles called Pinball Wizard. So this is the latest puzzle by MW Puzzles in this series of game-looking puzzles, which there may be more in the future, who knows. The last puzzle like this was this puzzle called the Bandit, which is like a slot machine. But now we're dealing with this puzzle, which looks like a pinball machine. And just like the Bandit, he does give us this card that comes with it that gives us the task and the rules. So the tasks are 1, to play pinball, 2, to find your unique issue number, 3, win the trophy, and 4, to have fun. And the rules, as per usual, no hitting, shaking, spinning, or excessive force, all things that I enjoy in a puzzle. So as I have in the last few videos, I've already solved the puzzle, and I will show you video of me solving the puzzle in a second. But before I did, I want to give somewhat of a non-spoiler review. It is mostly plastic, metal, and there's some plexiglass as well. Really sharp looking, nice details, but of course collects a lot of fingerprints just because of the nature of the materials. Not a bad thing, just means you gotta wipe it off after a while. And a lot of beagle hair, it looks like. Sorry about that. All in all, I will say that one of the things that you'll notice is that the functionality of the pinball aspect of it, because you know one of the goals is to play pinball. You can see that these buttons push these paddles up and down, but I will say that they get stuck from time to time. So it's of course not meant to be a fully functional pinball machine. Let's see, they're working properly now, but from time to time they get stuck, which is fine. So the other thing we have here is the scoreboard that you typically see in pinball games. And here is where you're gonna see the issue number that you're asked to find, which is out of 350, which I'm assuming is how many he has made or is going to be making of these puzzles. Some cool details. So you have little screw details on the side. You have this little metallic coin that spins. You have the back where that card initially was held in place here by these screws. A couple more screws. You have this side with the little emblem, MW Puzzles, and a little puffy paint type looking thing. And then you have the bottom, which has a little spinny dial here and another hole, and then the legs here. And then you have the front here that has a little bit of a slot here that looks like the coin slot for playing pinball. And then you have this little springy thing. You have this little springy thing that's used to actually make the ball go into the game for those pinball games. You all know what I'm talking about. What is that called? I don't know what it's called. If you remember what it's called, put it in the comments below. And so as far as the difficulty of the solve, I'd say this is pretty on par with the Bandit. As far as the satisfaction of the end, well, I'm going to let you guys tell me when we solve it together. And that's going to happen right now. And so there are going to be spoilers after the little break. You have been warned. The first thing that we got to do is to find out how to start playing pinball. Now, I will disclose that I had a former copy of this that didn't function properly, and so I kind of got an insight into some of the mechanisms and how they work. And so I'm not going into this completely blind, but I did not get to solve it completely because it wasn't working properly. I do know when I first grabbed this to make the video, I did fool around with this right here because I knew that the first step was to get this coin out here to use in this slot here to start playing pinball. However, what I did in the last time was I was able to somehow push on it and it came out, but because it's held in there by a magnet, but something is different with this one. Okay, I can do that by prying it up, but I don't think that's the way you're supposed to do it. And I can do it pretty, yeah, so let me see. I think it says no prying. No, it doesn't. So the rules don't say no prying. So technically, some people are probably going to solve this part just by prying that up like that. So it is held in place by a magnet here, but I just saw something that gave me a clue. And so I can't unsee it. But right there, you can see there's a little tab right there. That's kind of what I did before when well, actually, let me just see if I can figure this out because I'm thinking this tab is connected to this screw here. And see, so now this screw here actually lifts up. See that? It moves back and forth. And this is how I solved it before. Let me see if it worked. Yep. See, before I could just push it in and it came out, and that's how I found it the first time. So obviously I somehow moved that before. Now I will say that the first time I tried to solve this, I did wiggle around with all these little screws, and I found that none of them moved. I didn't think this one moved. So that one moved, but the only one that I found that moved was this one here, and it didn't move up and down, unless I don't think it does. Yeah, none of them move up and down except for, I guess, the other one. But this one actually, this little blue thing on the outside spins around. And I'm trying to remember exactly what that means anyway. Oh yeah, okay. So I figured it out. So this does move, but it doesn't play into the game or the puzzle quite yet. So now that we know if we push this up, we can push on this coin and it kind of, as you can see, it kind of comes out like that. And then you can just pull it out. Right, so if I put it here and I put it in the coin slot, it doesn't really do anything. You can't push it in further, but if I go to pull it back out, it pulls out this mechanism, which lets this ball fall out here. All right, and so then I can put that in, and this is where I can start playing pinball. Now, I will say that this is where it's going to start being new for me, because before there was a part that wasn't working properly that I was able to take out and use that as a magnet to get to the next step. And I know now that that's not the way it's supposed to go. So now I can like pull this thing here and get the ball in there and kind of play pinball. But the real question is, what is playing pinball going to do for me? Because it keeps going in that hole and I can keep pulling it out and getting the ball out and keep going round and round. But the real question is, what am I supposed to do? What I do know is that there's also this little, looks like a hex bolt of sorts stuck in here that goes, you can press it up and down. Now it's just above the plexiglass here, but not enough above it to where I can actually pull it out. And I know I gotta probably get that out as a tool likely. And then there's also another potential tool right there. It's a little also like bolt of some sort, but it's way below the plexiglass. So that's a little bit less likely to be able to come out soon. And as you can see, this paddle got stuck there a little bit. One thing that I noticed was that, see how the ball stops right there? There's like a little divot there that it's nowhere else on the board here. Nowhere else in this pinball machine is there a little divot, but there's a little divot there that attracts the ball. I'm not sure if there's even a little magnet there. See, the ball's not really moving. Oh, there you go. So I don't know if it's just a divot or a magnet or what, but it obviously is gravitating towards that spot. And so since the first task for this puzzle is to play pinball, I imagine maybe we should try to play pinball. So I'm going to just, assuming that that little divot means that we're supposed to position it there. Maybe if I like hit it, oh, you know what? It's probably going to hit that thing. What it does, hopefully it does something to loosen it up. So let's see, how do I hit this and not shake all the table? Okay, see, nothing happened there. So let me get a little more leverage. Let's pull it back out. Oh, there we go. Just gotta give it a little oomph, I guess. And there we go. Now we have this little tool here that has little screws on this end and then a hex bolt there. So I'm assuming it goes into one of these holes. Okay, so it doesn't really fit in the bottom there. Let's see, what does the bottom one do? Oh no, I pushed it all the way up to the bottom, this little bottom hole here. Didn't do anything. I guess I could screw it in here. No, not really doing anything there. So the only other place there's a hole is right here. Okay, screw it in. Okay, if I push. Oh, there we go. Look, the first digit is let's see if I can do it, is a 1. So the first digit in my issue number is a 1. And now this little screwy thing comes up. Let's see if I can get that out with my fingers. There we go, I got it. So this little pin. But this is shorter than the other one, and nothing happened when I used this to put into the other holes. Ah, but the threads are longer, so maybe I just need to, let me just keep that. I don't know if I need to keep this in, but I'm gonna just in case, and I'll just keep that down for now. So I don't think this is gonna do anything. Yeah, I can't feel any threads there. Let's try this one. Let's see, that's right underneath of this thingy. So I'm wondering if, and there's a little like tunnel that you gotta get, I think, the ball into, but it looks like it's, where is the ball, by the way? Oh, it's down, it's stuck in the magnet. So let's try to put the ball in there and see what happens first before I start messing around. All right, so see, the ball just kind of sits there, looks like it's blocked. It's just kind of sitting in that tunnel there. So let's see if I screw this in. Okay, so now it's getting harder to turn this. Wait a second. Where'd the ball go? Huh? Oh, did it go in? Let me see, hold on a sec. So something's happening because I think I saw something move in there. Hold on a sec. But it got a little lighter, so I think I did something. Let me see. Ah! What just happened? Well, there's a second number. So somehow when I was turning this, the ball went in, so I screwed it all the way in. Let me see if I can open it back up. Ah, there, see. Now the door opens. See that? Let me see. Right there. Closed. Let's see. There you go. See that open there? So I had done that unknowingly. Let's see if I can get the ball back out. I know it's in there somewhere. I'm assuming I need the ball for the rest. Oh, there we go. There it is. All right, so we got the ball back out. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep that open for now. And I'll close it just so the ball doesn't go back in. So, all right, so now we got two of these buttons here, and I just noticed again these two buttons here that push down. I don't know if we described those, but you can see that they both have little, they're like little cups, little metal cups with holes in the bottom that don't go anywhere. They're like plexiglass covered holes, and this one, so they both push down, but this one has a wider button than this one. It looks like you can stick the ball in there. Oop. Maybe the ball. This one feels magnetic. Ooh, did you hear that? There's something with this ball being here. Listen. Yeah. And then when I take it down, it lets the pin out. So there's something here, but obviously it's not doing much. Okay, so my battery just died and I had to restart. I'm not sure if I got everything, but what I was saying was I got two of the numbers, so of the three, so I know I don't have the issue number yet. So before you get the issue number, it says you have to still play pinball. I don't think I can play it with it up there, but I think it has something to do with this moving. I don't have any other tools. Things that I have noticed is that these pins, you can see these two pins are up. This one is up, this one is down. See how it's a little bit more sunken in there? And then this one's up and this one's sunken in too. So I'm wondering if somehow I have to hit one of these. So maybe if I like squeeze this button down, it'll trying to hit that thing there. So I'm not sure this is possible, so maybe that's not the way. Oh, I must have hit it. Something just went up. That went up. 142. So I got all three numbers. Okay, so 130. I'm assuming it was what I was doing. Maybe it was a combination of pushing this and hitting that. It says, find your unique issue number. Okay, I found the number. And now it says win the trophy. So How do we win the trophy? Let me get the ball back. Do I need the... Oh, you know what? Let's do what we were doing before. Maybe one of these buttons. I'm pretty sure this is one where the ball goes because you can hear it click with that. Like if you don't have the ball in there, hear that? Nothing. With the ball in there, you get a click. So I'm pretty sure that goes there. Question is, do I have to push these two? See, it got stuck a little. It's getting stuck now. I wasn't doing that before. Ooh. Ah! So this whole thing slides over. So this must have been a pin holding that in place, and then this pops up. Oh, it's the trophy! So there you go. So there we go. We finished it. That is the final thing, which is win the trophy, or I guess the final thing's have fun. So I guess I'll leave it up to you guys. Did we have fun? Because I found the trophy. All right, so let's reset this sucker and then we'll talk about it. All right, so that, my friends, is the Pinball Wizard puzzle by MW Puzzles. So that was fun. I gotta say, some of the mechanisms were a little finicky, but overall, if you're persistent, we were able to solve it quite nice. I think we hit all the hallmarks of the puzzle. I don't think we missed anything. And so I will just leave it at that. Tell me, do you think we had fun? Because that was the fourth directive. And also tell me what you think about the puzzle itself by leaving a comment below the video. And of course, I make these videos for you guys so you can actually see and solve these puzzles through my eyes. So tell me if you like the puzzles that I'm actually presenting to you, or if there's any other puzzles that you'd rather me solve for you. So if you have a copy of the Pinball Wizard, tell me if you had the same type of solve experience as I did. Did you solve it the same way I did? Did I miss something? Did I solve it a different way? And if you don't have one and can't get one for any reason, I hope you at least enjoyed solving it through my eyes. And until later, I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.